Nothing like watching a great season of The Voice. The only problem is that there's too many great singers. How does anyone ever decide? Often when the winner is revealed, there's a lot of controversy over who should have really won. Fans are split on who the best singer is. We've gathered a list of the most incredibly talented singers who have graced the stage and may have been robbed the gold. Want to see the musical geniuses who should have won the biggest singing competition around the world? Just wait until we reveal Michael Jackson's backup singer and Prince's protege who didn't win. If you're new to the Trendy, give us a like and remember to subscribe to be notified of all our new content. Now, let's check out the singers who should have won The Voice. Dia Frampton. Let's go back to the very beginning, to the inaugural season of The Voice. Before The Voice was even the period voice, Dia Frampton stepped onto stage, the judges in their chairs, and sang. And it was in that moment that each of them knew why they had signed up to do this competition. Dia auditioned with the song Bubbly by Colby Calais, which made Blake Shelton hit the button almost immediately. Not much later, Cee Lo Green hit his button as well, but Dia still decided to join Team Shelton. It was Dia's acoustic cover of Kanye West's Heartless that really showed people the true talent she possessed. Dia lost the winning title that should have been hers to Javier Colin. Javier did eventually get dropped from his record label, and Dia went on to release her own solo album entitled Red in November 2015. On that album, Dia either wrote or co-wrote each of the songs. Some of the songs she co-wrote were with major people in the music industry, such as Mark Foster and Isams Innis from the popular band Foster the People. Dia is also one member of the two-person group Meg and Dia, which is a band formed between her and her sister Meg. Juliette Sims. Juliette Sims graced the stage of The Voice during the second season the show aired. She wowed judges with her raspy vocals and seemed to be a surefire fit to take home the gold. Juliette performed the final song 3 nights in a row on the show, which is something that isn't seen often. Blake Shelton admitted to buying and listening to her music. Every cover she did felt like it was an original song because she brought so much of herself to each performance. So it was a shock when Jermaine Paul won season 2 of The Voice. However, this rock and roll star is too tough to let a little loss keep her down. Since being on the show, she has continued to make her own music. She is the front woman for the band Automatic Love Letter and also writes her own songs. In 2015, she released her own EP called All or Nothing, and in 2018, she released the single Take Me, among others. Even though second place is still incredible, we do think this lady should have won. We mean, come on. That rendition of the song Roxanne is one to go down in history books. Matthew Schuler. Matthew Schuler is one heck of a soulful singer and sure made a major impression on all of the judges. Schuler was blatantly robbed of winning season 5 by Tessanne Chin. In his blind audition, he sang his own soulful rendition of Cough Syrup by Young the Giant. Before the music even started behind his vocals, all 4 judges hit their buttons. Schuler ended up joining Team Christina, which was seen as a loss for the other 3 judges. Schuler continued to perform incredible song after incredible song. He even made it to number 40 on the Billboard's Hot 100 with his rendition of Leonard Cohen's classic song Hallelujah. Schuler grew up singing in a church community where both his parents were pastors. As a high schooler, he played in a rock band called Thresholder, which he quit in 2010 to go to university. Despite not taking home the gold during The Voice, Schuler has been seeing success ever since. Matthew continues to release singles and in 2017 lent his voice to Day Tripper on their album Golden Fields. Not only did Schuler have the best voice of the season, he also had the passion, commitment, and story to go along with his beautiful musical journey. Kyla Jade. This powerhouse was a surefire win when she auditioned for season 14 of the hit singing competition show. Her blind audition was with the classic Aretha Franklin song Seesaw, which made Kelly Clarkson and Blake Shelton hit their buttons. Surprisingly, Clarkson didn't hit her button until the end when Jade hit some crazy high notes and Blake wasn't too happy about it. But Jade remained loyal to the first judge who hit their button and joined Team Blake. Jade went on to give us some next level performances. One of the most memorable was her rendition of This Is Me by Kayla Settle. It was powerful and emotional. The song was originally in the Disney film Moana, but Jade made it her own and showed the judges who she really was. Near the end of the song, Jade breaks down as the words hit her, but she continues on even stronger than before. Bryn Cartelli ended up winning season 14, the youngest winner at only 15 in all of The Voice's history. There was some controversy raised over Kyla Jade not taking home the gold for her many amazing musicality and vocals. McAndrew. Another awesome singer by the name of Matt is Matt McAndrew. As the Odyssey Online says, his voice was so smooth like butter, he should have won. Which pretty much sums up the fact that, well, he should have won. Matt was more than just a singer, he was also a wonderfully gifted songwriter, guitar player, and had vocals that could rival any major musical star. Basically, this guy is the entire package deal, and unfortunately was the runner-up in season 7 for Team Adam. In his blind audition, Adam Levine quickly hit his button as Matt began singing 1,000 Years by Christina Aguilera. In 2015, Republic Records announced that Matt McAndrew was on their lineup. On the same day that announcement came out, The Voice released a video of Adam Levine drawing a checkmark on Matt's wrist. Later, that was put into permanent ink, tattooed on his wrist to signify he had a record label. Later, Matt moved labels to Pledge Music campaign, where he was able to release his music as he liked. Matt put out his EP, Russian Slowly, in the fall 2016 for all his raving fans. Natasha Burr. You may have heard of the famous actress Candace Cameron Burr from Full House and Fuller House. Well, Natasha Burr is her daughter, but she isn't leaning on her mother's fame for any help. Natasha appeared on the show in season 11 and blew judges away with her soulful rendition of Elvis Presley's famous love song, Can't Help Falling in Love. Unfortunately, the songstress was eliminated in the battle rounds, but we think she should have made it further. We wonder if the idea that her mother is well known deterred fans and judges. In the battle round for Team Adam, Natasha went up against Riley Elmore as they sang Cry Me a River by Ella Fitzgerald. The performance was magnetic, but it was Natasha who was sent home. Since her stint on the show, Natasha hasn't stopped going. She's continued to write songs and make music. As well, Natasha has followed in her mother's footsteps and done some acting work too, such as Switched for Christmas in 2017. So, no worries here, fans. You'll be seeing a lot more of Natasha Burr. Brian Bautista. When you hear Brian Bautista sing, his clear and powerful voice will just melt you right where you stand. This fashionable man stepped on stage and sang his own take on The Weeknd's The Hills. His performances on season 10 of The Voice are very memorable, but it was heartbreaking when he was eliminated early on in the live shows. The interesting thing about Bautista is that he previously auditioned for season 9 of the show and didn't make it through. He continued to work hard and perfect his craft and came back the next year with a killer voice. Prior to being on the show, Bautista worked at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, but later quit to pursue his dreams of being a singer. In 2014, he became a viral hit when Bautista sang the national anthem at the Nets vs. Knicks game wearing his usher uniform from working the Barclays Center. In high school, he always took part in the talent show. His hard work and dedication show us all that he isn't going anywhere anytime soon. In 2016, Bautista debuted at #1 on the Latin Digital Songs chart, following his performance of Romeo Santos' song Promise, featuring Usher. We can't wait to see what he does next. Jacquie Lee. Another crazy impressive singer from season 5 is the young star Jacquie Lee. Lee was only 16 when she came to the show, but she did have the vocals to compete with runner-up Matthew Schuler and winner Tasan Chin. So yes, this is a hard call. Should Matthew Schuler have won, or should have Jacquie Lee won? The defense for Lee is that despite taking a soft and gentle approach to many of her songs, she also proved she had the lungs to match both Chin and Schuler. When she sang I Put a Spell on You, she showed fans her range and power was greater than previously realized. But with songs like Angel, everyone was able to see her versatility. Whether it should have been Chin or Schuler or Lee, the fact is the competition in season 5 was steep. After The Voice, Lee signed with 300 Entertainment, who were in partnership with the massive label Atlantic Records. She released her debut EP, Broken Ones, in 2014. Leah said her influences ranged from her coach on the show, Christina Aguilera, to Michael Jackson, Nirvana, and Lana Del Rey. Do you think Lee should have won The Voice season 5 or Matthew Schuler? Judith Hill. Judith Hill may have the most killer resume to ever have walked on the stage for The Voice. Judith was a backup singer for the legendary Michael Jackson and was featured in the documentary 20 Feet from Stardom, and this is it. To put it lightly, her voice is one that could stand up against Jackson himself and the late musical artist Prince, who Judith would later go on to be a protege of. How Judith didn't win The Voice is more baffling than upsetting. How does someone who sang with one of the best singers of all time not take home the gold? We're not exactly sure, to be honest. this. In the blind auditions, all 4 of the coaches hit their buttons and began arguing who would get to be her coach. Adam Levine said he'd even light himself on fire to prove she should choose him. We're certainly glad that didn't actually happen. It seemed to work as Judith joined Team Adam as he proudly said she will be a Grammy-winning artist. Each performance Judith gave was full of soul, heart, and incredible vocals. She was shockingly eliminated in the live top 8 performances. How? We have no idea. Still, Judith has been owning the industry ever since, with her original ballads being featured in films and opening for John Legend on his #AllOfMe tour. Then she was Prince's protege and was actually present with him the week prior to the star's untimely death. Simply put, Judith Hill should have won. Who is your favorite singer from The Voice? Is there anyone we didn't include on this list that you wanted to win? Let us know in the comments below. Remember to give us a like and subscribe to The Trendy for more awesome content. Thanks for watching.